Paper hat. Paper hat all the time. I don't know what our objective is right now.
What's this? Some kind of little bag. I'll take it with me.
Hey, we've got a bag to put inside of our bag.
This must be garbage from the upper town. The tableware might not be the latest word in fashion, but it's perfectly fine, apart from the leftovers.
Ew.
No, I think I'll just leave it there. The plates are covered in greasy leftover sauce, and I'm not a fan of washing up. Especially when I didn't even dirty them myself.
Ew.
The bit of sewer pipe is so heavy that it's sunk halfway into the ground over the years. Not surprising, really. The ground here isn't stone, it's firmly trodden waste. I wonder where the pipe comes from. Seastone is known, or shall we say, infamous, for not having any sewers to speak of. Maybe someone wanted to change that, and this is both the beginning and the end of their efforts. There's a few artificial columns and arches here, as well as natural caves. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some mining done here once.
I don't know why we're climbing in this.
Maybe I can get a better view from up there. Yep, definitely better. Not decisively, though.
We stood on something 30 centimeters higher. Such a great view.
A fur collar that looks almost new. Why would you throw something like that away? One could have given it to the poor, or even left it on the chinchillas.
Poor chinchillas.
That's all I wanted.
So we got fur.
Rip a pretty long head fur.
I don't know why.
Bag with a drawstring. Empty.
So we got a bag inside of our bag. And some poor chinchilla is missing its fur. It's just a bald chinchilla. I know it's probably dead. I know that's how it goes. But I like to think that they just shaved it instead, and there's a bald one somewhere.
A bell. I guess it's there to get people's attention, which is usually what bells are for.
Ring it, ring-a-ding-ding.
Should I ring it or not? Do I really want the attention of someone up there? But the hole seems to be the only way if I ever want to get out of here.
Such a quiet bell.
Yes? Are you finally finished?
It's Bill.
Bill? That you?
The tax
With a vein? A black cat must have crossed my path.
Yes, it's me. Could you maybe lower me a rope?
No way, you're a wanted criminal. There are posters of you up all over.
We're not
No
criminals.
matter what they say, I didn't kill the Archmage.
Anyone with any brains knows that. You couldn't have harmed a hair on the Archmage's head, even if you wanted to. But as long as that's the official version of the story, I'd rather not think about it out loud.
Thought crimes.
There are posters of me hanging everywhere.
Here, not a bad likeness if you ask me.
Wanted for the murder of Archmage Alistair, the scurvy, dangerous, armed and stinky fiend Wilbur Weathervane. I don't stink. Or if I do, it's only because I spent a few days in bed.
Ew.
I told them if they wanted to catch you, they'd have to put a serious bounty on your head.
Would you betray me?
If the price is right, sure. But until then, I'm keeping my head down, like everyone else who's got any sense. Well, you gotta be smart these days, or you'll end up running around in a pink tutu, or worse.
The horror. The horror of a pink tutu. Whenever anyone says bounty, it just makes me think of the chocolate.
How's it look up there? How are things in town?
Dreadful. Not a customer in sight. It's almost as bad as during the war. I should have known. Politicians are bad for business. Every last one of them.
I'm not ready for politics.
Come on, get me out of here, Bill. I won't cause any trouble.
That'd be a first.
Please, I want to leave town.
Don't blame you, but it's too risky. If Van Buren catches me, she'll probably turn me into a pink, doe-eyed petting lamb.
Come on, for old time's sake.
I'm not putting my neck on the line for you. Ask your friends, those darn rats.
I think everyone in Britain feels that way.
Bill? Bill, are you there?
Just,
He'll never help me unless there's a juicy profit in it for him.
just deep sigh. Face palm emoji. It's a very situation at the moment. So this situation, or it's this situation. But we're just gonna keep trying to be this situation. Just gotta smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Alright, we can't ring the bell because I've talked to him. I don't think there's. Ooh, we can look up.
The hole up there is even higher than I thought. I'm gonna need more than a folding ladder if I want to reach it.
I'm sorry for yawning. I don't know why. Every time I start streaming, I'm like, sleepy time now.
Hey,
It's like 7
that's a night that says knee.
The night
A
says
huge
me.
mountain of rubbish, tons of it. And I just happened to find a carved figurine of my very favourite hero. It's a sign. I've read all your stories. He was brave and proud, and he never gave up.
Shrubbery.
Because of you, I wanted to experience adventure and left the White Ridge Mountains. And you were only a story.
Have fun getting your water and gazing out and wondering what the fuck is happening in the world that we live in. You're welcome back at any time you so wish to return. We try not to be too serious here, even though you may hear me complain about things for just minutes on end. Let's go in the spooky cave. Nothing could go wrong in here.
Wilbur, there you are. Have you changed your mind?
No. I just want to get out of here.
Highly regrettable.
I think Tuesday's stream was just like me complaining about the media's portrayal of autism. So we'll find something to complain about this time too, probably. I have to actually go out on Monday because I have to go to a meeting about what government disability benefit I'm entitled to, which will probably be very little, if at all. Rejoice. He wants to go down a spooky rope into a spooky cave to hopefully find something non-spooky, question mark?
What do you want down there in that dark hole?
I found your wand down there years ago. My grandfather, a true rat adventurer of lore, climbed into that hole just to find out what was down there.
But did
When
he
he
come
didn't
back?
return, everyone thought he was dead. Apart from me.
You followed him?
Despite all the warnings, but I didn't find him. Instead, I found a wand. Just as I began examining it, a terrifying ghost set upon me and I fled. I don't know why I took the wand with me. Perhaps it wanted to be taken. When a little gnome came down to our town some years later with big ideas of becoming a mage,
I was very proud of my wand and... Oh,
It really sucks. Like how everything's set up. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. How everything's set up, like you need like the boxes you have to take in order to get any support whatsoever is just terrible, and then you get interrogated about whether do you really need this support? Do you really deserve it? Should we just leave you on the side of the road? And you laugh because, like, there's what other choices are? What do we do instead? You know? Let's thank him because Remy's having a hard time right now.
Remy, I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me.
You saved Timmy's life. You kept us rats fed when there was nothing left to eat. There's no need for you to thank me.
I'd like to help you again, but I can't.
You can, but perhaps you need time to remember that.
How did the magic wand get there? And whose was it?
I don't know. There are old ruins down there, and lots of terrible tales. If I can find out whose wand it is, then perhaps I can find a way to break its power.
We have a weird wand, and we just don't pay attention to
The
it.
wand. It began behaving weirdly a few days earlier. I thought I was getting better at magic. I should have paid more attention.
And Alistair should have examined it more closely, and I shouldn't have asked you to build the golem. No one is to blame for what happened, or we're all to blame, whichever way you choose to see it. What is important is that we get up and go again.
No, it's crucial that we think first. The last time I just carried on, and we know how that ended up.
Let's think about the ghost.
This ghost that followed you back then, do you think it's still down there?
I haven't dared return to the darkness for years, because I'm convinced of it.
Then maybe you shouldn't go back down there.
Perhaps you're right. Someone's got to go and find out what's going on with that wand, right?
Doesn't sound sensible to go down there.
Remy?
Courage and conviction, Wilbur. Courage and conviction.
Good luck.
Also, that flame looks incredibly dangerous.
Maybe it's a symbol warning visitors about the evil in the hole. Or maybe it keeps the evil trapped down there. There are ancient symbols that can do just that.
To me, it looks like a monkey with a banana balanced on its back. More than anything else. Like, here's the banana. Here's its head. And there's his arms. And there's his legs. And there's his tail there.
Back in the White Ridge Mountains, I had to listen to long lectures by the cellar master about different types of stone and minerals. Can't really claim that I listened all that attentively, but that looks like a coal vein to me.
Coal. Who thinks that we're gonna have to, like, mine the coal?
There isn't much you won't find down here. Hamster wheels, for example.
Hamster. Anybody remember the hamster dance?
The hole is eerie. Whenever you get close, it feels like icy fingers are reaching for you.
Then don't go near the edge then. The hamster dance.
Ah! What the heck?
Why are we in a hole?
Hey! What's the big idea?
No.
Did you build this trap? I'd love to, but I'm stuck.
Oh, it's the little robot from
Hey!
the
Stop
tutorial.
that! Stop that! Are you nuts?
That one looks a bit like Wall-E, and then the robot from Short Circuit. What do we have? A twig, a hamster wheel, a bag, a geometry post. It's a good thing we have
Got it!
a stick.
Hey, little fella. I could use some help here. Hello? I think it's trying to hide from me. I probably scared it. I'll tie the stick to the rope. Done.
What was that? This would make the most sense. He's not great at throwing things.
Still too light. The hamster wheel has the right weight, but it's too unwieldy to throw with a rope.
Why not just throw it?
I'll tie the stick to the rope. Done.
Right, we can't throw it. We can't.
If you help me get out of here, I'll give you a stylish and practical empty bag. Nothing.
Do you want this?
I have
fur?
a very expensive, very fluffy fur. If you get me out of here, it's yours. Nothing.
Look at this defamatory poster.
Maybe it's a kind of bounty hunter and he's captured me because of the poster. Not likely. Bill said they haven't put the bounty on me yet.
Can we throw it down there? Nope. I'm gonna close this. Is there anything else we can use?
I'd love to. It doesn't respond to me. Maybe it just wants to sit the whole thing out. A massive pipe, perhaps iron or lead. Presumably it transports something from the town into one of the caves down here. And probably, I really, really don't want to know what it is.
Did we just get another? This just tell us that we got a stick when we already have a stick. Love that. We looked at the pipe. We looked there. We can't leave.
I don't know how deep the hole is. My feet can't touch the ground anyway. I'm a gnome. I'm not sliding in any deeper, but I can't get out either. I'm stuck, like a cork in a bottle.
Do you have any butter?
This person is considered armed and dangerous. Like I even own a land shark gun. As if.
A land shark gun. That's a new one. Old rope. I give you money for old rope.
Bag with a drawstring. Empty.
I don't know how to do this part. I've just no knowledge. I think I may be stuck.
Doesn't respond.
There has to be a way of getting out of this. Or progressing it.
I don't know how deep the hole is. My feet can't touch the ground anyway. I'm not sliding in it.
We'll leave ourselves with a stick now. We looked at the robot, we've offered it stuff. Do you want a hamster wheel? No? Do you want some rope?
I wonder if No. Even if I could catch it with a lasso, it doesn't look strong enough to pull me out of here.
A lasso and not a lasso.
Hey, you! Hi there! I just want... An approximately fist-sized stone. That would really hurt if it hit me in the face.
Aha.
I hope it stays on.
Now we throw it.
Yep. There we go. Great.
Pull
and
up.
now, the old heave-ho. That got it.
Got some
Hey, wait. I'm not going to hurt you.
upper body strength that I do not have. I tell you that right now.
The The rope helped me once, maybe it can again.
Gotta keep the rope. You never know when you might need it. Who knows when you're gonna get thrown into trouble.
When the candle is lit, it doesn't just provide light, it also warms your feet when you're rat-sized and lying in Timmy's bed.
Oh, I forgot it's Timmy's little bed.
I don't know how long I lay there, must have been days. The rats were very kind to me, talking to me and offering me stuff to eat. That just made things worse. If they told me off, I might not have felt so guilty. The cook brought me the water skin on the second day. It was high time too. I was dying of thirst. It's made of rubber. That's pretty unusual. Water skins are usually made from everyday materials such as animal stomachs and the like. Not something exotic like rubber.
It's a balloon. Balloon.
The little guy seems to be doing well. He gets fed regularly, has his own swing. Not a bad life.
Not a bad life, indeed.
If I was still small as a rat, I could easily leave the caves. The rats have their secret entrances to the city everywhere.
I don't know if anyone saw The Borrowers as a child, but I did, and it was very influential to my imagination. I used to just think of like how cool it would be to be that small and live in a house.
The sink is full of soup bowls. I don't know how many rats come here for a hot meal on any given day. Must be dozens of them.
All the bowls are little bottle caps and stuff.
The cook hasn't left my side for a moment. Remy probably told her to watch me. I think she's a little cuckoo. She mumbles to herself all the time. Hello.
My God, oh God! My, how you've grown!
I'm, Wilbur.
Stew,
You're the cook, and your name is Stew. Isn't that kind of metaphysical? In a cosmos composed of names, billions upon billions of names, you, a cook, are named Stew. Destiny? Fate? Blind chance? Mere coincidence? A fine kettle of fish, indeed.
no
Nominative
such thing as
determination.
coincidence. Cause, effect, that's all. Ethel's my name. Want some stew?
It's true though, if you have a name that's a thing, like your surname is like Butcher, you're way more likely to be a butcher than not. Than other people? I don't know. I can't remember what it was. But like your name has influence on what profession you pick up. This one's rude. This is probably the most important to tell.
Rebby's gone. He's descended into the dark hole.
Oh, he is so brave, all alone in the dark.
He's taking another big risk. I wonder if that's such a smart idea.
Oh, one of the downsides of risk is that it's risky.
Oh, there's a quote. One of the downsides of risk is that it's risky. I would think so.
So you're the cook here in the rats camp?
Yes, I am good at mixing things. Was a lab rat for years.
You worked in a lab?
Lab rat.
For a mad alchemist, until it got too dangerous. Wanted me to trial a face cream that would make you look 10 years younger. I was only 2 at the time.
Oh, right. I get it.
From then on, I tried to be really stupid, attempted to fail at every experiment. The question is, if one tries to fail and is successful doing that, has one really failed?
That's a very philosophical question. Can you brew magic
If
potions?
you know a lot about alchemy, then you can brew potions, right? Like shrinking potions, for example.
Oh, don't hold much store by magic potions. People start craving them. Start with weak potions from itsy bitsy little phials, then at some point they aren't enough anymore. Suddenly it's got to be small potions, then medium, then large, then epic.
Is this a
A single
D&D
vial that would shrink you
reference?
back to the size of a rat would be enough for me.
Oh, no, much too dangerous.
Is that a D&D reference? I think. Plus, like, obviously, it's an allegory to drugs, but everyone just wants a big old bottle of healing potion, like. Gotta heal your problems. Does y'all wouldn't like come from the time you spent with the alchemist? Kind of rude. So what's on the menu today?
What are you cooking?
Stew! It's always stew.
Tasty. What kind?
It's always the same, has been for years, but new things are added every day, whatever happens to appear. Do you want a bowl full?
That's one of the things the Celts used to do, where they would have a big cauldron, and then they would put food in it, and then they would just keep it boiling, and then they would add food to it every day. So like essentially it's the same stew, but because it's never finished, it's just keeps going with new food in it.
Well, I guess I'm kind of hungry.
One stew coming up.
I wonder what the difference between stew and soup is.
This tastes fantastic.
Cooking is like alchemy, just fewer explosions.
I would hope so. I think we're done. We went in the spooky cave, we went up here, we looked through this trash. This is the only place to go. It's kind of scary though.
That must be one of the monsters Ethel was talking about. Better if I have a plan on how to overpower it before it notices me.
Alexis Buckley.
Oh, hello. You must be the terrible monster that was destroyed by my son's wonderful trap.
This is kind of rude. Let's go with the impressive workshop.
No one would ever expect a workshop like this under a junk heap.
Thanks. Built it all myself. I worked on it day and night. Didn't want to disrupt Slate production, of course. But it was worth it. My son's an inventor, just like his old man. Here he can learn everything he'll need for later in life.
Slate. Oh, well, this is the only option now.
I'm Wilbur Weathervane. You're not gonna eat me or anything, right?
Wilbur? You're not Nate's little friend, the one that was caught by the orcs in the wildlands?
You know Captain Nate?
Know him? We idolize him. Without him, I'd never have met the love of my life, Esther. Gulliver's the name. Welcome, Wilbur Weathervane. Feel at home. Any friend of Nate's a friend of ours.
I'm guessing this is in the first game that we haven't ever watched. We haven't ever played. You're the robot's your son?
Yes, we promised an old friend we'd name our first child after him.
And this little robot?
Nate.
Nate?
Oh, that's cute.
We promised Nate we'd name our first child after him. We actually wanted to wait a bit, but my little cherry blossom started having problems with depression, said I worked too much and that she felt lonely. You know how women are.
No.
So then we built Nate. Well, we started him off at least. He did the rest himself. He's a great little inventor.
know how we're not. And then Wilbur's just, no. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, it's so funny. Oh. It's cute that they call him N8, well, for Nate, for the robot. The robot child, the robot son.
Nate built himself.
Once he could hold a screwdriver, there was no stopping him. But he doesn't only tinker with himself, he invented most of the machines in here.
That thing too. It's really impressive. What does it do?
That? He got it in his head that a machine could do my work quicker. But as you can see, it's not working.
That sounds like a euphemism. When my son tinkers with himself. It's a long way from the wildlands to see.
I remember Captain Nate talking about zombies who helped him in the wildlands. Anyway, what brought you here to Seastone?
A better life. If you can make it in Seastone, you can make it anywhere. Hard work still pays round here. I learned that from Bill. He got us the job here.
Bill the merchant.
The most successful trader in Seastone. Only just arrived in town and we're working for a man like that. Not bad, eh?
I'm pretty sure you're being taken advantage of, and I know we've had this conversation for like 2 minutes at this point. I'm not
so sure if Bill is really such a great guy.
How can you say a thing like that? It was him that smuggled us into town, even though zombies aren't exactly popular here. Sure, it wasn't cheap, but Bill has his costs, and he created a possibility for us to work off our debts. We build these slates for him. They're a hit, he says. He always wants more.
Hey, I had one just like that.
You see? A hit. Bill has a nose for good business. I'll work hard and learn from him. Then I can finally offer my family what they deserve.
I've got some bad news for you, friend.
My magic slate was evil, and it deceived me.
Magic slate? Poppycock. They are neither made out of slate, nor are they magic.
If they're not magical, how do they work? Because I don't see any gears.
I don't really know. Has something to do with the intelligent stone, as Bill calls it. Fell from the sky one day in a blaze of light. I cut off a thin slab, set it in a wooden frame, and then give it an almighty electric shock. That's all.
You pump electricity into the rock and that wakes it up?
Yes, you could put it like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore. It's a serious problem. How am I supposed to finish the last batch if I don't have any power?
I ask myself how Bill got the idea for these
And
slates.
Bill came up with the idea for the slates. I never would have believed it.
Why not? He's very innovative. He copied the idea from a trader down south with his very own eyes. At first, he had a couple of carpenters from the lower town work on it, but they just kept wanting more and more gold. Didn't give Bill a chance. He had to let them go and shift production down here. We were lucky that we were standing at the gates at just the right moment and were looking for a job. And now we're just one batch away from earning our own gold.
Slates. How are you getting them
How
to
do you
Bill?
deliver the slates to the upper town?
Have you seen the hole above the pile of rubbish? Bill lowered us down through it, and every time we finish a batch of slates, we ring the bell and he sends down a basket.
So the hole in the ceiling is the only way out of the underworld?
The only one I know about. And we don't need any more. The current batch is our last. Esther, Nate and I will be pulled out of this stinking place and can finally begin our undead lives in earnest up there.
I mean, right now Bill has you in debt slavery, so I doubt that that's what's going to happen. Take me with you.
When will the next delivery be ready?
Never, by the look of things. No electricity.
If I help you, will you take me with you when you leave?
Why not? If you help us, we'll help you too. Of course we will.
Right. Then, so why don't you have electricity?
That's what I would like to know. I guess it's got something to do with those darn rats. They use the same cables as us. They probably wanted to sabotage production.
I can't believe that. The rats are very nice.
Nice? They attacked my wife, wanted to eat her. And now I'm sure they want to prevent us from working our way out of poverty. Don't talk to me about nice.
When two minority groups fight each other instead of the man, instead of joining together to overtake the man. In this case, Bill, the tax avoiding wheeler dealer, Del Boy.
I think I scared Nate earlier.
He's shy and has never seen anyone like you before. In fact, he only knows Esther and me.
Where is Esther?
Oh, at home, but it's not really presentable. Anyway, you ought to sort out the electricity first.
No problem.
Excuse me.
Hopefully it's not a big deal. There's a lot to do. Best I get to work.
That's the spirit. You only get anywhere in this life through hard work.
It's not necessarily true. Sometimes
This
you
is
get
the
there because
strangest
of
rock
money.
I've ever seen. It glitters and it glows a little.
Shiny rock, shiny rock.
That thing looks magical to me. I don't want anything to do with it.
I forgot we were in our no magic phase right now.
Why build something out of wood when you can build it out of iron? That was one of my granddad's favourite sayings. That philosophy brought me iron toys, iron shoes for the garden, and lucky, my iron horse.
Very heavy. Very heavy.
Gulliver, may I please borrow some boards?
No problem, I've got more than enough wood to complete the order.
Gulliver uses these power cables to shock the magic slates to life. Or at least he used to. The electricity died recently. Gulliver blames the rats. Boiler, combustion chamber, flywheel, a steam engine, clearly. The steam engine is probably supposed to power the strange machine next to it. Doesn't look like it ever did though. The engineer must have run into a snag. That's one of the little robot's inventions. The machine is supposed to somehow help relieve his hard-working father. But I don't know how.
Yeah, I've been watching too much VTuber stuff lately. So now I'm just like, these are all the scenarios. These are all the things that you could cosplay as and
A
have your
small box with a
lobby.
switch on it. I will resist.
Because you know we're just filled with demons and vampires and you know mermaids.
As a no, I can recognize what that is immediately. A garbage sucker, which sucks garbage in the front and blows it out the back. Some might wonder why, but good inventors never ask such questions.
Robots, robot-related people, androids,
Everything down here is old and new.
cyborgs.
Some of it's pretty strange too. But every single
Angels.
thing now has a second life and a new task.
That looks like a really old fridge. It's one of the things I love about VTubing. This is like everyone gets to put their little thing.
Well, alright. That could be the best machine ever built.
You probably need it later on. You probably need to look at the electric cables.
According to Gulliver, the electricity failed a while back, but he needs it to wake up the slates. I don't think it's because of the cables.
We probably have to ask a rat about it. Let's see, what do we have? What items? What items? We have a board. Shortboards. Hamster wheel. A rope, a balloon.
That might even work.
Balloon.
Wow! You can inflate rat water skins. Who'd have thought?
A soup bowl, nothing in it. A different sheep poster, a fluffy fur collar, an empty sack, and a hat that we have on right now. There's already a lewd whale on this site right now who calls the chat shrimps, so, or krill or something. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. You know. So, like, having a shrimp VTuber. You could do all sorts of stuff with that. I don't think my brain is functioning well enough to do this puzzle. You probably have to talk to
Hi, Ethel.
To Ethel. Oh. Alison would be so proud of me. I've just got the chemistry joke. She's called Ethel. She was a lab rat. And that's chemistry. And Ethel is a chemical. It's chemistry. I'm looking for an exit. Do you know what happened to
Do you
the
have any
exit?
idea why there's no electricity?
Nope, not a clue. Don't like electricity. Like fire. It's warm and gives light. Can be explained in terms of alchemy. Electricity is like magic.
Magic. You probably need to ask this question, but it seems real rude.
Can I ask what happened to your leg? An alchemistical accident?
No, I gnawed it off myself.
Ooh,
What?
that's very
Down
metal.
there in the cave. You'd have done the same. Ooh.
Somehow I just really doubt that.
There are monsters there, I'm telling you, and they've got it in for us. If you have to choose between your leg and your life, then you nibble.
I mean, it would take a long time. It would take quite a while for me. I'm sure most humans would have trouble too. You know, even though in my pie form I have very small legs. Kind of hard to reach. Speaking of the pie form, I actually found the picture that I was going to use when I was looking through things yesterday, trying to find my debut stream file that I kept, so you can look forward to seeing me in pie form. It's kind of horrifying. Let me out.
Do you know if there's a way out of here? A gnome-sized one, I mean.
That big? No. However, Monsieur de Dumas has a shrinking ring.
He took it with him.
Then he probably wanted you to stay here.
He can't understand that maybe I'll feel better after a few weeks at home.
Dumas
Maybe yes, maybe no.
is a
He
reference
needs a
to
friend by
the
his side. Not
Three
maybe,
Musketeers.
not in a few weeks. Now. Thinks the world of you. All rats do.
Then I'm afraid you've picked the wrong guy.
It is horrifying though. It has tomato sauce on it, so it looks like blood. Remy should not have been allowed to lock me in here. I would like a bit more stew. Let's
It was
goodbye,
nice to
Ethel.
have met you, Ethel.
Knew you already. You lay in Timmy's bed for days. Why? It wasn't your fault what happened to the Archmage.
You think? Imagine if a few rats were to die because it turned out that, in reality, you couldn't cook. How would you feel?
Not good. I'd blame myself. Would feel stupid.
I just
But
knocked the mic
Monsieur
again,
de
sorry.
Dumas requests your assistance. You can't leave him in the lurch.
I tried to help last time too, and it ended in disaster. Who can say that it won't happen again?
Questions, questions, tricky questions.
Ethel. Yeah, Dumas is from the Three Musketeers, I think. Anyone remember the cartoon from the 90s or early 2000s? I watched so much of that show as a kid.
Hi, Timmy.
Hi.
Timmy's depressed. That sounds racist. Remy.
Nothing will happen to Remy. He's the toughest rat I know.
But he's all alone down there in that terrible hole.
Maybe. It's not all that terrible.
No one has ever dared to go down there, apart from Uncle Remy and his grandfather. That hole is evil. Wish I could have gone down there with him.
Evil. The electricity supplies not working.
It looks like the power supply's broken.
It's been down for 2 days.
What happened?
The same that's happening all over. Little Van Buren had some fun. We nicked electricity from the old role-play machine in the inn. And the inn's not there anymore.
The inn? Not there anymore? What about Sloth and Blout?
They're fine. For now. They play along nicely and keep their heads down. They might have a chance.
Oh, bother.
This sounds incredibly racist. I met a
Ethel
robot and a
believes there's
zombie.
monsters down there, but they're only zombies and robots as far as I can see. They seem to be very nice.
The skull throws things at us when he sees us. The little robot runs away if I get too close.
Maybe I can get them to be more friendly towards you. I know this isn't what you want to hear, but you know any way out of these caves?
Dozens?
Even one in my size?
No. Apart from the unreachable hole in the ceiling, of course.
That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Just pile them up.
I don't think Ethel would be thrilled if I just took the candle.
But I want the
I
candle.
don't think Ethel would be thrilled if I just took the candle.
We talked with Timmy. Oh, we can't go back up there. We've talked to Ethel.
Maybe if I'm very careful. Ouch!
If you want something to eat, ask.
Reminds me of my grandma. Run away. Big dirty bowl. Sewerage pipe. Climb on the wagon. Been on the wagon. Yeah. Oh, cables.
Couple of power lines. They lead through the ceiling somewhere up there. One strand goes into the rats' camp, the other leads down towards the junkyard. Whatever happened in the inn, it's cut the power supply. If we want electricity, we'll have to make it ourselves.
Now we gotta create electricity on our own. That sounds highly dangerous. We got a rat clock. Let's complain to Bill.
The nice thing about the bell, Bill can't ignore me. If he doesn't respond, I'll wake up half the town and people will ask questions.
And then we get arrested.
What do you want?
I'm helping Gulliver, Esther, and Nate produce the slates.
Rats and zombies. You've got strange friends, Weathervane.
Gulliver says you helped them too.
If he says so. They were desperate to get into town. I charged them a pretty penny for it.
Gulliver slaves away day and night to pay off what he owes you.
Yes, I have to admit he's doing much better than expected. Still, I could have sold more slates if he was quicker.
Ew. Why is Google trying to open my clock on my tablet? What are you up to? No doubt it's decided to make a... What are you even doing? What are you even doing? If no alarm goes off, I'm sorry. But Google's decided to be a weirdo today. Which we love. We love that for us. Let them
Gulliver
go.
says the next delivery will have paid his debts. Will you really let them go then?
Wilbur, a sea stone merchant always keeps his word.
Except for when he
Bill.
doesn't.
All right, maybe not, but I will pull them out of there. The magic slate market's collapsed. Prices have hit rock bottom. I'm switching over to water, bread, and fast horses. There's a mint to be made on them right now.
Right then, we'll get the delivery ready and you pull the zombies up. And me with them, tucked away in a bag somewhere.
What did you say?
It'd have to be a pretty big bag.
Gulliver's hoping to get a better job with you once he's finished the delivery.
How's he gonna do that? Does he want to live here in a little townhouse with wife and child? He's a zombie!
Rude.
There are a few problems with the last delivery.
Yes, tell me about it. That Van Buren's only prepared to pay a pittance, even though we're talking about a very special and limited edition.
Those special requests are the problem. I hope you're paying Gulliver a little extra for them.
Weren't you listening? I'm getting less gold per slate. Before my profit margin shrinks, he'll have to do without his gold. We all have to make sacrifices in this financial crisis.
As always, a truly informative conversation. See you later.
You're welcome. I don't mind risking life and limb for our cozy little chats.
Right, now I remember what the first was. But we can't do that yet. I think now we go down back to see the zombie friend and tell him it wasn't the rats. The rats did nothing. It was Van Buren.
Hi, Gulliver.
Hello, Wilbur.
I talked to the rats. They've lost their electricity as well.
Oh, really?
They said they were getting it from the role-playing machine in the inn. Something must have happened there.
What nonsense. What could have happened to it?
It's probably got turned into a pony or something.
I know you have a lot of hopes for your life up there in Seastone, but...
Nothing opens as many doors as success. Perhaps we have to work twice as hard because we're zombies, but we'll make it. We've got a whole lot of time, you know.
maybe you won't be safe in the town. You could be transformed.
Transformed? What are you talking about?
Someone might not like your appearance and, do something about it.
We won't be intimidated.
Don't be mean to the zombies. They're just trying to make a living. But if Van Buren is as wild as she has been, they probably get turned into like fuzzy teddy bears or something.
That's one of the little robot's inventions. The machine is supposed to somehow help relieve his hard-working father, but I don't know how.
We looked at the machine.
Works!
There's water, apparently. No.
The little cape that someone made for the wooden knight knee figure.
We're probably going to have to go talk about the hamster wheel. Even though I don't want to.
According to Timmy, the rats didn't cut off the electricity. The role-playing game machine in the inn was transformed. I'll have to arrange an alternative power source.
I wonder what they turned the role-playing game machine into. Considering everything else has been cutified. I don't think there's anything else in here, maybe. Oh, tape.
I've never seen tape that wasn't useful for something.
Tape. Let's go back to the spooky hall. Gaze into the darkness.
The hole is eerie. Whenever you get close, it feels like icy fingers are reaching for you.
I would say that's a pretty bad thing. Coal that we can't get at. A pipe that we pulled ourselves out with. We looked at the rubbish. There's nothing else in here that we can do, I don't think. Try not to fall back in the hole that we fell in. Let's look at the items. Can they be... any of them be...
No, that would just ruin the fur and it wouldn't be fluffy and soft anymore. No idea what that's supposed to be good for.
Let's talk to Timmy about the hamster wheel. I'm sorry for assuming you like hamster-related things.
Would it be inappropriate under current circumstances to ask you to go for a run in a hamster wheel?
I'd say. That's why you'd never ask me, right?
See, this,
Of course not.
this is why I didn't want to
And
ask.
would it also be inappropriate to ask Ethel to do it? Yep, of course. I know you're mad at me, but how about a little more understanding? Imagine finding out that you're not a mage even though you never wanted to be anything else. Imagine that you're so incompetent that your friends are killed and it's your fault.
But we need you here. The resistance is getting weaker, and Van Buren's getting stronger every day. You're going to abandon us anyway?
How am I supposed to help you? I'm not a mage. I'm not a fighter. I'm not a healer. I'm not an engineer. I'm nothing. Even the Archmage was powerless against that wand. What do you think someone like me could do?
Could at least try.
I have to go.
Even if it feels like there's nothing you can do, trying is better than nothing.
Hi, Ethel. I couldn't help but notice that you, sometimes mumble to yourself.
I'm thinking.
Well, most people do that silently.
Oh, because they aren't thinking properly. You aren't asking the pertinent questions.
For example?
If glue sticks to anything, then why doesn't it stick to the inside of the glue tube?
True.
Why do noses run, but feet smell? Why is abbreviation such a long word?
I don't know.
You see, you take these things for granted, but it's completely mad.
Why is the word dyslexic so hard to spell?
Perhaps one can ask oneself too many questions. What do you reckon?
If a theatre has been filled to the last seat, who has this last seat been reserved for? And how did the inventor of the clock know what time it is?
That's... How do you come up with these things?
There are unanswered questions all around us, and no one is doing anything about it. If you eat pasta first, then antipasta, have you eaten anything at all?
Does antipasta cancel out pasta?
Maybe you shouldn't ask yourself all those questions. Or, at least, not all at once.
Oh, it can do your head in. Was on the brink of creating a self-help group, but then I thought, self-help group? Isn't that a contradiction in itself?
A self-help
Maybe
group.
some questions don't need to be answered.
But are we not here to answer questions? That's why I love alchemy. It gets to the bottom of life's deepest ones.
It's true though. If you have a group for self-help, are you really helping yourself?
Remy should never have locked me up in here. He should have just let me go.
Had his reasons, always has.
He should know that no matter how complicated it is, sooner or later, I'll find a way out of here. I'm pretty good at this kind of thing.
Perhaps that is why.
I love how she has like a little flower growing out of her hat.
Can I have some more stew?
But of course, my big un. And how's it taste?
Tastes great, but it could be a little hotter.
Ah, understood.
Wow.
I don't think Ethel would be thrilled if I just took the candle. Hi, Ethel.
I feel like... Yeah, we have to do...
But of course.
We have to do this to do something.
And how's it taste?
Delicious, but if it were thicker, it'd be even better.
Understood.
I get it now. We have to do the hotter thing. Then it thingies our glasses, and then we steal the candle. I don't know why we need the candle, but apparently we do.
Hi, Ethel.
So we're gonna eat a lot of soup.
Can I have some more stew?
But of course, my big un. And how's it taste?
Tastes great, but it could be a little hotter.
Ah, understood.
No?
Hi, Ethel.
Is it the salt one?
Can I have some more stew?
But of
This might be something we have to do
course,
later
my
on
big
too.
un.
Might not have what we need. I'm just gonna have to watch this man
And
sip
how's it
soup.
taste?
Sip soup from my tiny little plate.
Lovely. But it could use a tad more salt to give it to that little... yeah.
Good, good, good.
I don't think Ethel would be thrilled if I just took the candle.
Right. There's dirty
No, I think
dishes.
I'll just leave it there. The plates are covered in greasy especially...
Pipe.
The bit of sewer pipe is so heavy that it's sunk halfway into the ground over the years. Not surprising, really. The ground here isn't stone, it's firmly trodden waste.
Ew. Seesaw.
Okay, I might be alone and pretty depressed, but I'm still not at the point where I'd sit on a seesaw all by myself.
Judgmental. So judgmental. We've got a lot of plates now. Hum.
Looks like, a V-belt? I wonder how it got up there. Nah, clearly out of my reach.
I feel like we jump.
Grandad said that living in the city would make me lazy and fat. Athletic achievements like that prove exactly the opposite.
I feel like we fire something up there. Like, this feels like the thing you would fire. Nope.
The rope held me once, maybe it can again.
Give me rope it.
I could easily reach the V-belt with the rope, but I couldn't get it down. It's hanging over some kind of hook.
Hum. Spooky cave. We've been at the spooky cave. We can't take. Oh, maybe we can get this now. No,
I think I'll just leave it there. The plate is.
Let's go back here, see if there's anything we can get. Because we keep going back and there being something we can get. But I don't think we can this time, maybe? I don't know. We talked to Bill. I'll go back to the workshop.
Everything down here is old and used. Some of it's pretty strange too. But every single thing now has a second life and a new task. Oh, this is a clock cuckoo's nest. They are so rare. They build their nests in human houses and disguise them as clocks. When the homeowners aren't looking, they fly around and steal cookies and other treats.
Funny about that.
Although it looks more like a replica of a clock cuckoo's nest. There are people who actually hang these things in their living rooms.
It's a very chintzy thing. A cuckoo clock.
That thing looks magical to me. I don't want anything to do with it.
Machine. We looked at the steam engine. We looked at... The only thing I can think of is that this goes in it.
Sure, if no one wants to run in the wheel, you could use water to turn it, but it lacks the blades for that.
Right now I'm like, I remember this thing and it's like 18 steps
Suppose
in the
I
future.
wanted to build a power generator. How would I do it?
Don't be silly. Converting kinetic energy into electrical energy, you gnomes learn that kind of thing in the cradle.
Yes, it's been a while since the cradle, you know. See you later, Gulliver.
Bye for now, Wilbur.
Ow. Right, we need to put the hamster wheel in there. I know that much. And the paddle. No. We talked to him. We looked at the boards. Looked at the cable. Looked at this cable. Fused the pipe. But we need blades for the pipe. For the hamster wheel. We looked at the cuckoo clock. That's new. What else we looked at? We looked at the machines. There's a vacuum thing that we looked at. That's everything in here, I think. Yeah, there's nothing in this corner. That wasn't
The design doesn't look too stable. On the other hand, it doesn't look like it was built anytime recently either, which in turn speaks for its durability.
I feel like we can do something to pull it down. That's what we're doing, pulling it. Oh, I thought we were pulling it. Guess not.
Even if I can't do anything else, I'm sure I can throw ropes over things.
And we're very proud you can. Are we not pulling it? I mean, we put a rope on it. We don't need to look down the hole because it just tells us the same thing every time. Do we put this on it? Do we put this on it?
I'll tie the other end off here so it doesn't fall.
Not that. I'm guessing we put them in there? No?
Even if I can't do anything else, I'm sure I can throw ropes over things.
Do we use this? No? Do we put the boards in it? I assume we need rocks. Of some sort. We look down the hole.
How does something like that end up in the trash? If I had a bongo drum, I'd play it all day long. At night.
Bongo.
Then others would throw it in the trash. Ah, got it. Yeah.
Actually, looking at this, it looks like a cat. Before I said it looked like a monkey with a banana on its back. But now it looks like a cat. And that's probably what everyone saw to begin with. But, like, this is its face. And then this is its tail. And, like, this is its left front paw. Right front paw. Back paw. Missing leg. Can we do anything with the Colvin? No, we've got nothing to do with it. Got this thing to jump on. Got a belt that we can't reach. Do we get... Is it Timmy that we have to make jump on it?
My own bed is waiting for me in the White Ridge Mountains. It's warm and cozy. If only I could hide myself away there and not come out until I know what to do.
It's not how things work though. Like, the bad things will come find you if you don't stop them. It's not that they won't happen, it's just that it'll take longer to happen to you.
A more or less white tea towel. Ouch!
That's mine.
Sorry. Hi, Ethel. Can I have some more stew?
I think we just constantly ask for
Course,
stew.
not a big un. And how's it taste?
Tastes great, but it could be a little hotter.
Ah, understood.
I feel like there's something here that we have to do with that I'm not understanding. This is something we would never...
The fur would fall out right away. I need some way to attach it.
Somehow we're...
I attached some double-sided tape to both the outside and the inside. Two are better than one.
Somehow this is
I'm not
the thing
quite
we
sure
need
why,
to think
but I
that we
glued
have
the
to
fur
make.
onto the inside of the wheel.
Somehow we made that.
Okay, I'll put the balloon in the middle.
Apparently this is something we were meant to think of ourselves.
Hey, a water wheel. Not bad. But it still needs a few blades. I'll just ask Ethel for a few more portions of stew.
We need more stew?
Thanks. If I eat another thing, I'll explode. 8 bowls on the hamster wheel. That should do.
Right. Now we go back. Okay. My brain is too hot to function right now. So we... Oh, probably I forgot. Back we go. And we put this thing under here.
And this is the moment of truth. Now problem, if you know your way around known physics.
Sorry about the flashing light. Somehow we made electricity. Oh, static. Oh, that's why. That's why we needed the fur and the balloon. It's static electricity from it being rubbed the whole time, but like that can't be very strong. We do aim to be calm here, and like this noise is too
My
loud.
first gnome-style gnome-made generator. My parents would be so proud of
I
me.
know. I just want the stream to be like somewhere people like to hang out for a bit.
Hi, Gulliver.
Hello, Wilbur.
This generator is real loud.
I am the master of electricity.
Excuse me?
We've got electricity again.
Really?
That looks highly dangerous.
Looking good. We're back in business. As soon as we've solved the other problem, we can finish off the batch.
There's another problem?
Bill changed his order 2 days ago. The new slates have to be fluffy and pink instead of black.
Fluffy and... So what now?
According to Bill, it's the law. Esther is already looking for a solution. Please go and ask her how she's getting on.
Okay, but once we've solved the problem, can we get out of here?
Of course. As soon as we have a solution, the batch will be ready in 2 or 3 weeks.
The acoustics down here are funny. That sounded like 2 to 3 weeks, even though I'm sure you said hours or days, right?
Ha! I wish. If all goes well, I can manage 3 slates a day. 4 if I put in a night shift. A couple are pretty much finished. Bill wants 80.
I want out of here, and I don't want to wait another 3 weeks.
You can't always get what you want. Perhaps you can help me cutting the rock later. That might save 2 days.
But,
I'm guessing that we make this machine work and it like helps us cut it and make them. Oh, let's get off here because that noise real driving me around the bend.
Hi, you must be Esther.
Yoo-hoo!
Hi, Nate. I'm sorry if I scared you earlier. Gulliver's promised to take me to the surface with you if I help you with the delivery. He said you're making the fluffy pink covers for the slates.
Oh, I'm not ready yet. And it's not a cover. I'm trying to mix a fluffy paint.
A fluffy paint?
Yes. There are hardly any fluffy materials or furs down here. But old paint and chemicals are here in abundance.
I've never heard of fluffy paint.
I've heard of puffy
there
paint.
are warm colours, cold colours, neon colours. Why shouldn't there also be fluffy colours?
I feel like fluffy paint would have like a dangerous amount of asbestos in it. It just feels like something that like you'd be like, oh, it's so cute, it's so beautiful, and it's just like actually it's incredibly dangerous. It'll kill you. I just need to catapult my knitting off the desk. Perhaps you should think a bit more about covers or something of that sort. If only we could speed up production. Cause the cave we got here. Let's
I
compliment
think
the
it's
house.
great what you've done for yourselves here. The workshop, this cave.
We have tried really hard, and it will do for us. A little home for a little family.
I think Gulliver sees that differently. Seems to me he's already planning for life in a palace.
He's very optimistic. I think we should be content with what we have. If you're always dreaming about the future, you miss the here and now.
That is true to some extent. Oops, I just dropped paper on the floor. Why asbestos? I think just like the amount of children's toys that got recalled because of heavy lead paint in them. The amount of lead they have in them. Also, asbestos kind of looks fluffy if you see it. Don't look at it in real life, go look at it on the internet. Pictures are safe. And like how, green clothes in Victorian times, and like wallpaper and stuff, was coloured that way because of arsenic, so it like slowly poisoned people. Life is what happens while you're busy making other plans.
Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans.
Who said that?
I read that on someone's wall, so it must be true.
Sounds like a very Facebook quote. Isn't it Facebook where you have a wall? I went to a museum. I talked about it in the last stream, and they had rocks of different things, different rock things, different crystalline formations, and bismuth looks so cool. And there's something else, and it like if instead of like sharp crystals, it forms in like perfect cubes, and it looks like just like incredibly aesthetically pleasing, but you just know that like it's probably something. It's probably poisonous. But business looks cool. And they had like quartz and a big amethyst geode and everything. And they had pictures of asbestos, maybe that's why I thought of it at the moment.
Even if you find the right paint, Gulliver thinks it would still take weeks to complete the delivery.
It's hard work, and Gulliver is working as quickly as he can.
There must be a faster way to build the slates.
Nate thinks so too. That's why he built the constructor. Unfortunately, it doesn't work.
It would make things go faster.
Well, not much faster. It would still take a few hours.
Hours is better than weeks, though.
Nate and Gulliver seem to have gnome blood in their veins.
No, Nate has no blood. Gulliver might have something sticky in him.
That's, not what I...
That's right.
Oops, I clicked.
They used to make things together. But now, because Gulliver has so much to do, he doesn't have... I know. But Papa is only working hard, so he'll have more time for you later.
That's like... That's sad, because you missed your child, so that your child has a better life. But then, when they grow up to have that better life, you don't have the bond that you would have had if you'd spent more time with them. So it's a catch-22. Perhaps you should think a bit more about covers.
I'm not sure if a fluffy paint is the right way.
It's the only way. We have to work with what we've got. I'm sure that a good alchemist could find the correct mixture.
Ah, I know someone who's good at alchemy.
Really? Would he help us?
I don't think so. She's actually the cook in the rats' camp.
Oh, the same old story.
The rats are lovely, and you folks are easy to get along with, too. Why don't you like each other?
Oh, it all went a bit badly wrong. We had had a long journey. We lay down in the rubbish to have a bit of a rest. At some point, I woke up and saw a rat nibbling at one of my fingers. She must have mistook me for a discarded tidbit. I only realised this much later. I was very surprised and shouted very loudly.
Ew! And then?
Gulliver jumped up to defend me. In doing so, he pushed over a heap of junk that buried him as well as the leg of the fleeing rat. Gulliver was shouting wild threats out and trying to free himself from the rubbish. I went over to the little rat to try and help her. She must have took fright. She gnawed off her leg and limped away.
That's
the
truly a
origin
tragic
story.
story.
Since then, Gulliver believes all rats have it in for us. He wants to protect me. He won't let any rat into the vicinity of our home and has forbidden Nate and myself to talk to them.
But if Ethel the cook wanted to help, would you let her?
Of course. Why not? We just mustn't tell Gulliver about it. He would never allow a rat into our house.
That's the smaller of the two problems. The larger is Ethel.
We're gonna make zombie and rat kind come together.
Gulliver's very enthusiastic about Bill.
Yes, he thinks he will help us.
But you don't think so?
Oh, what do I know? I'm just a simple girl trying to take care of her family. But my head was chopped off just because I'm a zombie. I'm really not sure if the people in Seastone will take to us, however hard we might try.
I suggest you keep on going for now. In the meantime, I'll go and see if I can win Ethel over to our cause.
You do that.
Take care, Nate, and you have nothing to fear from us gnomes.
Yes, Nate. Wilbur is a gnome. You remember them from your book, don't you? Nate has a book about the races in Avantasia. It's his favorite. I have to read it to him every evening. Yes, a gnome.
Yes, gnomes.
Nate thinks he has at last found another inventor.
Inventor?
The book says that all gnomes love tinkering and inventing.
Oh, gnome.
Oh no.
Let me guess. This is one of Nate's inventions.
Of course. It makes us breakfast every morning.
It works?
Let's just say the next thing on my wish list is a machine that will clean the kitchen up after breakfast.
It's a very Wallace and Gromit contraption. That's the word I was looking for. Contraption.
This looks like scales used by some of the merchants in the market. But this one's broken. One of the pans is missing.
I'm guessing that's the dirty pan that we saw before, and it
What
keeps
is it?
showing us. This is the
A map
tutorial.
of Avantasia. Nate built it. He often likes to dream of traveling across the lands.
He's never been up there?
No, but I tell him about
Yep.
it every evening, and he has his books.
Yeah, her brain is like sticking out, and there's like maggots wiggling around in it. But then she's a zombie, so you know.
Esther has a collection of different paints and lacquers, but whether or not they can be used to produce the desired paint, I have absolutely no idea.
Did she just lick it? I think we need to go talk to Esther.
Pictures of Nate, I'd say. Most show trees, flowers, and clouds. An empty bird cage?
Oh, Nate often feels lonely when Gulliver and I have to work. We thought a bird might be a bit of company for him. I'm making good progress. I've already found a batwing and a few frog eyes.
Yeah.
She's making him a zombie bird.
The map is made from old sheet metal and recycled parts. It must have taken forever. I really hope one day Nate gets a chance to visit some of these places.
Yeah, the tutorial took place in on this, and it's kind of like the Game of Thrones
Small
opening.
socket wrench. Nate must have used it to build the map. I'm sure he won't mind if I borrow it.
Tiny baby wrench. Mounting.
Esther's equipment isn't all that bad. Her main problem seems to be a lack of experience. Do you need this stand, Esther?
I don't know. Do I need it?
No idea, but I think I need it.
How do you know?
The walkthrough says so, calling me out.
When the walkthrough says that I should take something, I do.
So does the walkthrough also say how I can mix the fluffy colour?
Of course.
Why don't we take a look?
Where would the challenge be in that?
I think you might just be taking me for a ride. Be my guest and take it. I don't need it.
Yep, but isn't that most games where you just walk around people's rooms, just like opening the drawers, looking into stuff, questioning them about their life choices.
My son says you could help him with his constructor. I told him you said you weren't an inventor, but you did sort out the electricity, and Nate says all gnomes are inventors.
In theory, yes. Practically seen, I'm practically not practical at all.
But the constructor could save us a lot of time once it's up and running, and you are in a hurry, aren't you?
I could have a look. Where's the problem?
We need a strong fan belt. All the ones Nate tried so far have torn. And we need coal for the steam machine. Wood and garbage don't burn hot enough. I still can't say for sure whether the machine will actually work. Not all of Nate's inventions work at the first go. Hey!
V-belt and coal. Sounds doable.
Well, we know where they are.
But don't forget, we still need the fluffy paint as well.
How could I? Work never stops.
It looks like you'll have some help. Don't cause any mischief, boys.
Now we have a robot child with us. Let's see, is there anything in here that we can click on that we couldn't before? I gotta speed through this bit because it's disturbing my brain. I'm happy you got some good
The clock
sleep
isn't
by the
ticking.
sound of it.
Presumably, it can be wound through the little hexagonal hole in the dial if you have the right key.
Just so happens that I have that key.
The wrench could actually fit. It's worked! It's ticking! I'll set the hands to 12 o'clock. The bird really has seen better days. It's losing its feathers.
We have a bird for some reason. No. Wait, I really need to get out of this room. Silence.
Hey, Nate! I've seen the map you made. Although, you can hardly call it a map, it's almost a miniature world.
Miniature.
Yes, all the mountains and forests and cities. And you learned all that from only books and your parents' stories. I can't even imagine what it must be like to never have left this place. Blue sky, green trees, fresh air. You got so much to see. I'll get you out of here, Nate. I promise.
Beep boop. Did you really...
I know what a little ingenuity and ambition can accomplish. I come from a gnome family. But the constructor, this is a truly impressive piece of technology. Yes, if we can get it working, the delivery should be ready in a jiffy. What do we need to get the constructor operational? Right. Coal for the steam engine and a strong V-belt. That's what Gulliver said too.
Well, I can see the V-bar. It's literally. Do you want to see so?
Hey, Nate! Get on the other side! I always loved to seesaw when I was a little kid. You never... I see. He always has too much to do. No problem. We can seesaw anytime as long as I'm here. Time for work. Hey,
I think we
Nate.
went near on the other side.
Time for work. No, I think I'll just leave it there. The plates are covered in greasy leftover sauce, and I'm not a fan of washing up. Especially when I didn't even dirty them myself.
Wrench, tape, hook. Really not fit our friend. I want him to be fancy too. Oh, there's more things. I can't see anything in here.
Firework. At the end of the war, there was a huge victory celebration in Seastone with lots of rockets and firecrackers. Several fires broke out, and the town was damaged more severely than any time during the war. I wish that was more surprising, really. I don't have anything to celebrate, but maybe I can use the black powder for something.
Can't trust anyone with fireworks. Something always goes wrong, in my experience.
Even if I can't do anything else, I'm sure I can throw ropes over things.
We put a rope in.
That's more than enough coal to get the steam engine up and running. I just need to get it out of the rock somehow.
I imagine that we're blowing it up.
I can't just sprinkle the black powder into the fissure. It would just spread out. It wouldn't work. It'd weaken its effect.
Do you put it in the bag? Tape. Put the feather back on? No. Right, for now, we'll go back out again because I don't think there's anything else in here.
Ooh, another firework. Hi, Ethel. I met someone who needs help. Your help, to be exact.
Some kind of burning question he needs to ask? I don't have any answers. Only more questions.
Only more questions.
He is a she, and it's about an alchemy problem. She wants to mix up a, fluffy pink paint.
Understood. That's doable.
Doable? Then can you show her how to do it?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Monsieur de Demar always said we should help others. Where is she?
There might be a little problem.
A little problem? What?
She's just an itsy-bitsy teeny-weeny little problem.
It's an
Teensy tiny little problem? Who is she?
Bikini. I can't see that phrase without thinking of the song. She's a zombie.
She's, vivicationally challenged? Well, you know, I mean, how should I put this? She's, a zombie.
You wanted to take me into the monster's cave?
They're not monsters. Their names are Gulliver and Esther, and they don't want to hurt you. Well, we should probably stay away from Gulliver at the moment.
I'm not doing that. No chance.
The zombies want to leave their caves. Isn't that a good reason for you to help them?
I'd like the caves to be zombie-free, believe me. But I'm not going anywhere near those monsters. Cost me a leg last time. Whew.
Isn't there any way?
Well, maybe, when pigs can fly. Monsieur Demar asks me, of course.
I guess we're making pigs
I'll
fly.
do anything for Monsieur de Dumas.
He would ask you to help them, for sure.
But he hasn't, and he isn't here.
We're just going to eat stew
Can I
till
have
it
some more
explodes.
stew?
But of course, my big un. And how's it taste?
Delicious, but if it were thicker, it'd be even better.
Understood.
Those knife skills that I do not possess. I'm starting to get really tired.
Ethel's an excellent cook, but a little special, isn't she?
Totally crazy.
I might have expressed that a little differently.
Her cage in the lab was just above the cauldron. Too many fumes. But she's harmless, and the best alchemist around.
Both of those ways of talking about it are not great.
I could use your help, Timmy.
And
It's about the zombies. I can't manage it alone.
I'm supposed to help people who throw things at me. What do you get out of it? Are they going to help you out of here so you can just run off?
You know Bill, the merchant? He smuggled them into the city and lowered them into this hole. Now they have to slave away for him down here to pay off their debt.
He's exploiting them. They should just stop working for him.
I think we go for the first one.
And once they stop working, what do you think will happen then? They're stuck here underground, without any gold, without any way out. What are they supposed to do? Live off society's waste like... well, like you?
It's not a bad life. At least, it wasn't until we started being turned into hamsters. Some of us have even been forced to wear dresses and hats. Can you imagine?
I mean, you're wearing a hat right now, Timmy. But I get that it's probably a cutesy one.
One question. What would your Uncle Remy do?
Right now, he would climb down that black hole to find a way to destroy the one that's transforming the world.
So, Timmy, man or mouse?
Rat. One of those rats trying to save what can still be saved. The others are all out there in the streets fighting.
Really? If all the rats are out there risking their tails, so why aren't you with them then?
I'd be out there in a flash. But Uncle Remy asked me to stay here. And I listen to what my uncle says.
I have to go.
I think maybe we have to convince him. We go back over here and talk to Bill.
Better not overdo it. I will only use the bell when I need to talk to Bill.
Oh.
Ooh, another firework.
Why is there so many fireworks?
Ooh, another firework.
Do we have enough now? No? Maybe we go back to Esther. Oh, that's nice. Oof.
It's fine white sand. I can't just put it in my pocket. I need some sort of container.
Maybe that's what the bag is for.
A few handfuls of sand should be enough. I brought Nate a little bird.
so kind. Now we just need a thunderstorm to bring it to life.
You can do that?
You don't?
At any rate, I'm glad I could help. Should let her keep working on her paint. Even if I don't think she has a chance without Ethel's help.
Somehow we gotta make Ethel. Why is there fireworks everywhere?
Ooh, another firework.
Now I'm paranoid that there's a firework somewhere else. So I literally only found all those ones because of the button that shows you everything. There.
Ooh, another firework.
You never see that otherwise.
I need some of the intelligent rock.
For the constructor? Of course. Help yourself.
Anything else here? Go to the cables. Talk to him before. Probably look
The
at
steam
some
engine is
steam
supposed to power the constructor. Theoretically, it could work. In reality, though, it's missing a V-belt at least. This monster could speed Slate delivery production up so much that we could even finish that last delivery for Bill today. All we have to do is get this machine wound up and rolling. The fire in the furnace heats the kettle above it, turning the water to steam, making the pressure rise. The hotter the fire, the better. We need coal.
You know where the coal is.
The large flywheel drives the machine. However, there's no connection to the steam engine. Have your V-belts failed? So we need a really strong one. Any steam-powered machine worth its salt has a whistle like this.
Steam engine.
Does this indicator show how effectively the machine's running? Then we'll have to keep an eye on it once we're rolling. Okay, as I understand it, the raw materials are fed into the machine through this funnel, right? Okay, that would be wooden planks and some of the intelligent rock.
Right, that part's done. At least we've got that part done. Look at the lever.
Do these levers control the constructor? You don't need to explain everything to me now. We need to get this baby working first.
Baby. Right, we need coal, which we know where it is, but we haven't figured out how to get it yet. Let me get out of here because it's so loud. Silence, sweet silence. Actually, I think we have to go back in again. To what S of it? S. What was that? No. We go in here because we can tie the Sunday back to.
I'll tie the other end off here so it doesn't fall. The world's smallest sandbag. Too small for even me to train on. Not that I planned on it. Training, that is.
I never even thought about the sandbags are called sandbags. Oh, we looked at the clothing. We looked in the hall.
Not bad for a beginner, eh? I'm getting really good at this. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Oh. Here's me hoping for a drum solo.
Hey, Nate! What do we need to get the constructor operational? Right! Call for the steam engine and a strong... Time for work!
Back to where Esther is. I'm pretty sure there was a thing that needed a pan. And now we have a pan.
A portrait, painted by Esther. Could be relation of Gulliver.
Ah, it's Frankenstein's monster.
Do you want me to see if I can find a second pan for the scales, Esther?
Oh, don't. Just leave it. I'll mix the colour by eye. You're welcome to take the scales with you if you want.
Ooh, might prove useful. Thank you.
Like, it has to be that, right?